Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a bit of a different video for you today. I wanted to go over collection files in the game. They are something that I didn't really take advantage of for a very long time or pay all that much attention to in the game. And it's only been in the last few years that I've really realized how useful they are and how powerful and customizable they are. It kind of helps overcome some of the shortcomings of the Sims 2 catalog, the biggest of which being that there's no search function, which unfortunately collection files still doesn't help you with, but it does help you have a little bit more control and find things more easily with just a bit of setup. So as you probably know, when you go into your build or your buy mode, you're going to see this little folder icon here, which is your collections. And when you go into it, there will be all these little folders, and right now I have a mix of Maxis and my own, but obviously in a vanilla game, you're gonna just have the Maxis ones. And they're generally divided up by both packs. So like this is the Sims 2 free time, and this is like every item that comes with free time, build or buy mode. This is celebration stuff. And then they also divide them by kind of themes. So for example, this is their Far East collection, and this here, where am I? This here is kitchen stylish. So this is some of the stuff from the kitchen and bath stuff pack, IKEA bedroom, and so on. So there's a lot of these, and honestly, some of them might not be ones that you're ever likely to use, and maybe you just don't like the style, or you're just not too worried about having those particular items grouped together. If that's the case, it's super easy to just delete them so they're not cluttering up your collection folders. You just go into the collection, and then you want to click this button, delete collection. I'm obviously using the clean UI mod, but the button will be there somewhere if you're using a different UI mod or just the vanilla UI, but that is the one you want. And then when you do that, it'll ask you if you're sure. You can say yes or no, and then it's gone. You can also really easily add items to a collection. So if you're in the main part of the catalog and you're doing it by, I think most of us go into sort by function, and let's say you've got a table or a counter and you want to add it to a collection file, you're just going to click on it, and then there's going to be an icon that pops up, add to collection. Then all of your collection files will pop up here. You can scroll through, find the one you want. I'm just going to do it to this one for now. And you hit accept, and that will add it to the collection folder. From here, if you want to start a new collection, you can also do that. So you can add it here and then add the item from the catalog directly in. Now I'm going to go over creating collection files a little more in a moment. So I've got a lot of collection files that I've created for myself that are extremely useful for when I'm trying to decorate. One example here is my bathroom clutter collection, which, as you can see, is full of all sorts of great bathroom clutter. And that brings me to the next thing that is really great about making collection files, is when you have one and you've got your items in it, you can also really easily arrange the items that are inside of it. So I will download new custom content and add it to its respective collection file if it has one from time to time. But then I go in and all the items are right at the very end of the collection file. But I like to have them grouped by a type of item. So for example, you can see here I've got some candles grouped together. I've got, reed diffusers because they're kind of in that scented item category. Got all these towels together, more towels, toilet paper rolls, tissues. Things are kind of roughly grouped so that I can see all the different items that I have together. So when I add a new item into a collection and it gets stuck at the end, I want to be able to rearrange that. So what you do is go into your collection and you hit organize items. This is all the items within your collection folder. So let's take a look example for this, which is like a toilet paper roll and I think a toilet brush. So in that case, I would probably decide to put that near my other toilet brushes, which I have over here. So all you have to do is click the item, and then these arrows will move it forward, backwards, to the very back, or to the very front. So if I click that, it's just going to move it one at a time. You should be able to use the arrow keys on your keyboard as well. Sometimes this glitches out and you kind of have to just close out and reopen it again. It's not always working the best, but I like it a lot because you can just hold it down and it moves real fast and zips through your catalog. So now I've got it up here with the other toilet brushes, and I can save that, and now it's grouped with like items in the collection. So some other similar collections that I have are kitchen clutter, which again is organized similarly, where things are grouped by like types of objects. These are kitchen clutter, wall deco, kind of utensil things, which moves into paper towel holders and other, mug racks, things that are up on the wall. I've got a bunch of glasses and mugs grouped together, and pot racks hanging from the wall and from the ceiling, and all my stove hoods are together. A few other notable ones I have are desk and office clutter, and shoe clutter, books and magazines, throw pillows. Posters and decals is a category I really like, especially if I'm decorating like a teenager's bedroom. I've got posing related items in here, backdrops and pose boxes. So some aren't just for decorating, but are just for ease of finding similar objects. I've got kids deco and functional kids stuff in their own categories as well. And another kind of slow project I've been working on is collection files based on hobbies. So this one is the arts and crafts hobby, and it's got, different arts and crafts related things. So I can decorate for Sims who enjoy that sort of stuff. Sports has one, fitness, tinkering, science, nature, and that's it so far for hobbies. I'm still working my way through those. Another one is business signage, because I play with Open for Business, so it's really handy to have all of the different business related signs that I can throw up on a shop, and also for community lots, makes it very easy. I have decorative standing shelves, baskets, boxes, and storage. Neon signs and lights. I'm a big fan of neon in the game. I just really like the kind of atmosphere that it adds, so I put all of the neon stuff that I download into a folder together. Vases and vessels, and sculptural deco. These two categories are really handy when you have just like a table or a shelf or something that just needs some decorative piece, because again, these items can often be all over the place in the catalog or separated by other items that aren't exactly the same. So this makes it a lot easier to just have that little finishing touch piece. Now, I already showed how you can rearrange items inside of your collection folders. You can also rearrange the collection folders themselves. So that makes it really handy for grouping like types of collections. So for example, another way that I use collection folders is for kitchens, which I am realizing many of them are not showing up here, probably because they are not flagged as community lot collection folders, which we're going to go over, but hold please while I load a residential lot. Alright, we're here at Miles Park's house while him and his dogs snooze away, so we can take a look at the collection files and see the ones that are only visible in residential mode. So again, when we pop in here, got our collection files, and now I can see all my kitchen folders, which as you can see are helpfully grouped together. Most of these V ones are Veranka's kitchens that she made collection folders for, but some of them are folders that I made for Maximise kitchens that I downloaded completers for. It's really helped me a lot to actually use the Maximise kitchens that I really wasn't before. You can see in here how many of these items are original Maximise items versus how many completers there are. And actually Miles's kitchen is an example of this. He's using this one, the Epikuros Sleek Cuisine kitchen, which I have a bunch of completers for. And I don't remember if I really ever used this kitchen before I made collection folders for it, so it's been hugely useful. I also recently used a different one. I used this set in someone else's household, the Chiclatina Archipelago kitchen. Oh, and the fjord got all water features. Anyways, putting those together, also very easy. So we already went over deleting. This is organizing. So very much like the dialogue that popped up when we were within a collection folder. I'm actually going to do that here. When you go into organize items of a collection folder, that lets you organize the items that are inside of it, right? Now this one lets you organize the collections themselves. And the controls work really the exact same way. You can use your arrow keys to move things, or you can use this, or you can click that button to put it right to the end or right to the front. So that makes it very helpful for grouping all the kitchens together. I've got some pack conversions that I like to have together like this, and my clutter collections are together like that. When you download custom content collection folders, they kind of seem to appear randomly, so I'm not really sure how the game decides where they end up in sequence when they're downloaded. Sometimes they're at the front, sometimes they're at the very back, sometimes they just kind of appear somewhere randomly in the middle, like these ones. Not really sure how that works. So modifying a collection. Let's say I want to edit this one. I'm going to click on it and press this little pencil icon, modify collection. This lets me rename it. This is where I get to decide whether it's visible only on residential or community or both. And this is where I get to pick the icons. Now, Maxis comes with quite a lot of icons, but you can also download extra ones, which we're starting to get into here. I have a lot of custom collection icons because I use a lot of custom collections and I want, variety. I don't want repeats in the same collection icons if I can avoid it. So I will leave some linked in the description that I use, and if you just Google Sims 2 collection folder icons, you'll find plenty online as well. In your Sims 2 My Documents folder, under collections, if you don't already have a folder called icons, you can just create one, and then you just put the image files inside of it, and all of these will become available. I didn't see any of these Varanka kitchens in my community lot. Or did I? And I'm just being dense. Oh, see, there we go. That one wasn't. So now I can make that visible in communities. I just don't really see any reason why most things shouldn't be visible in both. Like, there's lots of reasons why you would want to use a kitchen on a community lot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make all of those visible. I think most of the ones that I've created myself would be in both by default. I wouldn't generally exclude that. Sorry if you can tell that I'm not used to just stream of consciousness talking on a video. I usually have a script and I'm usually not talking for very long. I do not know how people gab through entire videos because I just kind of zone out and lose my train of thought constantly. The amount of long pauses that I have had to edit out already is wild. Okay, so I think the last thing I haven't really gone over, which, is probably fairly obvious at this point, is just how to remove things from a collection file. Pretty easy. Click the item, and then there's this little button, remove from collection, and you can confirm that. So I think that basically covers all of the things that I wanted to go over when it comes to collection files and just how powerful and how customizable they are. Let me know if you have been a user of collection files up until now, or if, like me, before I really got into them, you just didn't pay any attention to them and didn't really see the point of them. I think for me, the big kind of turning point was just realizing how customizable they are, that I could decide exactly where every single item is in its own folder, within the other folders in relation to one another. It was just life-changing to be able to have such a quick shortcut of, oh, I'm going to decorate a kitchen. And instead of having to go to Deco Sculptural and then Deco Misc and then Appliances Misc and all the other places that someone might categorize kitchen deco, and then even within those folders, even if every single item, say, was in Deco Misc, the items aren't going to be all together. There's going to be other non-kitchen related stuff interspersed with it. So you're still clicking through those pages. But if you take the time to create a kitchen clutter collection file and you go through your catalog and find all the things that fit, you've got it all in one spot. It's super easy to decorate a kitchen because all you've got to do is pull this up. So I hope that you learned something new about collections, maybe something that'll make quality of life a little easier when it comes to decorating your lots and kind of the workflow of decorating a bit smoother for you. Let me know what you think in the comments and give a like and subscribe and stick around for more. Thanks, guys.